Greetings, Saberites. Anonymous here. Just a little update throughout camp. Something we were talking about today with the kids is our 3 Ps and our 4 pillars. And these are topics which we've mentioned around here a lot, and we constantly keep mentioning it. And what are they? It's the 3 Ps are the 3 words that we put at the end of the videos and say all over the place: patience, practice, and perseverance. And these 3 terms are our kind of mantra and motto of how we kind of look at training. And it's very, very important. The first one we have there is patience. And through patience, we can actually learn lots and lots of things relatively quickly, but it doesn't always feel quickly. If we rush through things, we may learn and we may feel like we're going through faster, but actually we end up going slower because we end up skipping over things, going back, going forward again, going back, and so on and so forth. So patience, especially for beginners, is something where you have to be very, very careful as you are learning things, to take things one step at a time. Try not to rush ahead. Really, really get good at something before you move on. Next one is practice. Practice, obviously, is the most important thing. A lot of times I hear this from people who didn't practice in some of my classes, and they say, well, I didn't want to practice wrong because I had forgotten exactly what you had said, so I didn't practice because I didn't want to build up bad habits. And I don't think people understand that when they don't practice because they're trying not to build up bad habits, they're building up the worst habit of all, which is not practicing. So practice is essential. You cannot get anywhere in martial arts or in anything without practice, right? So patience, practice, put that patience into your practice your patience, all of that kind of thing. Perseverance, the last one. Being able to go the distance, to not stop when you're hitting adversity, right? There will be times in your training where you will plateau. You're not going to feel like you're moving around. If you're studying with us, you're studying with a teacher, there may be a point where they're going to say, you know what? You now have to go all the way back to square one. We're going to go through all of this stuff again. Not uncommon. My teachers did that with me, and I've had lots of other people who ascribe to that particular way of teaching. And what that is to make sure that you are drilling your fundamentals. If you look at what experts practice most of the time, it's fundamentals. When I work out, I throw simple strikes, simple this, simple that, right? I may throw in a form here or there, but most of what I do is very, very simple, okay? Real skill is developed over time. The term Gong Fu, or Kung Fu as most people know it, means skill developed over time. And all 3 of these things, the practice, the patience, and the perseverance, all of those things come together to form that one thing. This is why we've set up our training regimen, especially for beginners, with our 4 pillars, with Shicho, Makashi, and Suresu and Ataru. These 4 here we set up as our 4 pillars 2 years ago, and we've been kind of pushing that concept since then. And these pillars are what basically hold up any skill that you have. When we get to Form 5 in our system, it's much more combative, it's much more right there into the fight and all of that. The 4 pillars are the things that hold that up, the basics that everybody needs, no matter what your style, no matter what your strategies tend to be. These are the skills that you need, right? You need your basic, your foundation stances and strikes. You need to know how it operates weapon to weapon. You need to know defense, and you need to know attack. If you get all of those together, you can take pretty much this wherever you want to go. Okay? Now that's the thing that we keep pushing with the kids, right? Patience, practice, perseverance, right? It's difficult when you're young, but even as an adult, I get lots of adults who will quit right after they start or when they hit some sort of adversity, right? So don't do it, especially if you're studying by yourself. You have to be your own harsh teacher, right? You've got to be the one to say, no, I have to persevere through this. I have to do my practice. I have to do this. And if you feel yourself getting impatient, you have to say, I have to be patient. I have to start bringing myself back, right? And this is collectively what we call discipline. And that's really what we're looking for when we're training martial arts a lot of the time, is that discipline. That's what gives us the skills to bring all of these things into the real world and really better ourselves and better our lives for it. But it takes effort. It takes our effort. And the efforts that we put forward are encompassed there. We make the effort for patience. We make the effort to practice, and we make the effort to persevere. If we don't do that, then we're not really practicing, are we? And we're not really doing anything. All right. So remember that. Keep those 3 P's. Patience, practice, and perseverance. We know you can do it. That's why we're putting this stuff out there. All it takes is those 3 little qualities. All right. So we will see you next time. Have a great day. Happy safe.